All right, here we go. Dealin Hope number 12. What an awesome deal to see 3 months of Dealin Hope on Monday night, getting stuff out there, just Dealin Hope all over the place. So thanks for jumping in again. Thanks for being a part. Get those hearts and thumbs and post. Hey, let us know who's out there tonight, who's watching live. Drop in the comments where you're watching from, and even if you're catching the playback, we'd love to hear from you, and let us know where you're jumping in and watching what's going on. It's so good to see so many of you that have been enjoying week after week. We've been having awesome leaders from around the country jumping in here with us. We've enjoyed doing one Monday night, just myself sharing and communicating what is rolling around in my heart, what's going on in my mind, and then the next Monday night having a guest join us and share the passion of their heart. It's been an awesome deal. Good to see you, Mick. Good to see you, Jonathan. Hey, Jason. Hey, Bill. Drop in the comments where you're watching from tonight. That'll be an awesome deal. Hey, Tony. Good to see you from Indiana. Awesome deal. Hey, by the way, I have a special Facebook Live this Thursday night. I've actually been invited to join another awesome leader who, based out of Philadelphia, my good friend Arnold Dorsett, will be hosting a Facebook Live that he's invited me to join in with him. That is this Thursday night, May the 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So watch my wall, watch my post. Hey, West Virginia in the house. Good to see you, Tony. Anyway, so this Thursday night, join in. Arnold and I are going to be having an amazing conversation concerning the kingdom of God within, concerning what we already have, who we already are, and where things are going. Hey, Jason. And so it's going to be an awesome deal. Set your alarm, set you an event, set you something, and get in there with us. You're going to love Arnold. He's an amazing leader, leading and pastoring City of Love in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is an awesome deal. So that's just a little commercial. Hey, Jim, love so many on here already. Maybe, hey, Nikki, good to see you. Again, drop in the comments where you're watching from. If there's someone you would like to see this tonight, maybe tag them in it or share this on your wall, and let's get this out there, because tonight I'm asking a pretty important question. I'm asking, what is it you are attracting? Hey, Faith in Kentucky, how's it going? I'm asking each of us, because I'm asking of myself, what is it that I am attracting into my life, into my sphere, into my circle, into my home, into my family? What is it that I am drawing towards me? What is it that I am attracting? Or what is it? Hey, Crystal, good to see you in Ashland. What am I attracting, or what am I repelling? What could it be that is actually trying to arrive into my life, into my situation, but I could be pushing it away? I could literally be repelling it. I could actually be closing my eyes to it. I could be, Kentucky is in the house. Nikki, right all over the place. Hey, Amber, good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Angela's jumping in from the living room. Awesome. And so all these hearts, thumbs, likes, it's killing it, guys. It's going to be pretty important, because this is a vital question. We could be closing our eyes to the exact answer that we're looking for. We could have our mind closed off to exactly what it is that we've been wanting. We could be pushing away the very thing that we've been praying for, asking for. And I'm amazed, perhaps, even of how many of us or how many others communicate this idea that we're being attacked or we're being fought against or something is opposing us, when actually, guys, here's kind of the bombshell of the deal. It might not be something opposing us except ourselves. We actually could be the exact resistance that we're trying to blame on other things, or that we're trying to park on something else. It literally could be our thinking, our mindsets. It could be the way we are going about things. It could be the attitude that we're walking in. It could be the perspective that we're living from. That is literally the resistance holding us from the thing that we're complaining about that we don't have. And so we end up staying in this crazy cycle, right? If you know what I'm talking about, hit some thumbs and some hearts, drop a fist bump in there if you know what I'm talking about, that we stay in these cycles where we complain, we don't have what we want, nothing's working the way we want it to work out, things aren't going the way we want them to go, and then we keep complaining about it, and nothing keeps coming our way, nothing keeps going the way we want it to go, and so we keep complaining about it, and nothing right, you get the point. And so we get in these cycles that begin to, these situations have the opportunity to begin to shape the framework of our thinking, and shape the framework of what we are experiencing. And the reality is, at some point, guys, I'm going to talk strongly towards you at this moment. At some point, we've got to grow up and take responsibility. Hey, Derek, good to have you in here, man. At some point, we've got to grow up, take the responsibility, and be grown-ups about the deal, where we understand that we oftentimes are our worst enemy. We are the ones who are actually creating the barricades. We're the one, almost brick by brick by brick, building the wall that is separating us from where we are to where we want to go. And at some point, we have to step up, pull the bootstraps up, and realize that if we don't make some adjustments, if we don't make some changes, if we don't begin to go in a different direction, if we don't begin to step into a different attitude, a different mindset, a different way of doing things, we are simply going to leave ourselves parked in the mess that we're complaining about all the time. And so here's a great quote I read recently. You have the seed of achievement already within you. That's a pretty significant statement. That's a pretty strong reality. You already, right now, in this moment, watching this Facebook Live, whether live or in the playback, you already have the seed of achievement within you. That might not even be that crazy of a revelation. It's probably a little bit motivating, but it might not be that crazy of a revelation. But the reality is that you and I have to come to grips with that. And then we have to come to grips with the fact that the seed might already be in there. But the reality is it's going to simply stay in there until we do something that unlocks that seed. In other words, until we step into what can manifest that seed to actually become the physical achievement that we're after. If we don't step into that, we are going to simply live with a dormant seed and a dormant potential sitting within us all the time, and then complaining about why we don't see things going the way we want them to go, and why we're not achieving what we want to achieve. All the while, we're sitting there with the seed of achievement within us. And so tonight, that's kind of what I want to take us a little further in. Man, I'm loving all these hearts and thumbs. Thanks, guys. I trust this is making some sense. And obviously, it's hitting home for a lot of us, because you and I are most of us are all dealing with the same situations. We want to be somewhere that we're not yet, and most of us are hitting barriers that seem like we can't get past in order to get where we're trying to go. Hey, Donnie, good to see you, man. And I'm trying to help us understand that these barriers most often, if not always, are our own mindsets and our own beliefs and our own attitudes. If you can hear it this way, it's literally our own frequencies and vibrations that is emanating from us, that is pushing and repelling the very thing that we're looking for and the very thing that we want. So we've got this seed of achievement that's already within us. But in order to materialize that seed, we have to become, in order to attract the thing that we're after and the thing that we want, we have to identify what it is we're focused on. Come on, guys, this isn't like rocket science, but the reality is we have to become those that get to laser focus on what it is that we really want. Because here is a significant reality. Whatever you focus on, you will have more of. Well, now what are we going to do, right? Because whatever it is that you are focusing on is the exact thing that you're going to materialize, that you're going to manifest, that you're going to bring forth. In other words, the thing that is the object of your focus and your attention is what you will be attracting into your life. It is what you will be attracting around you. It is the environment that you will be setting up. It is the atmosphere that you will be creating. The thing that you are focused on will determine how far you will go and how much of that seed of achievement that's already within you will begin to blossom, bloom, and carry out to the full fruit of what you've been designed to bring forth in life. And I'm talking pretty strong tonight because I believe that every heart can live fully alive, and that hope is the best atmosphere for that to happen. And so as a culture of hope, we're elevating your capacity to thrive. And I'm talking right to you because I believe in you, and I know within you is the place of greatness, and the place of greatness has to be unlocked by the reality of what you focus on. What you focus on, you will attract more of. In other words, let me ask this: are you focused on what you want, or are you focused on the things you don't want? Now let's be honest about this, right? Let's really take some honest evaluation of the situation. How much of your day, how much of your time is spent on focusing on what you really want in the day, or what you really want out of life, or where you're really wanting to go, or how much of your time is actually consumed by the focus of things that you don't want in your life, the things you're not enjoying, the things that aren't going right, the things that you're finding yourself not wanting to be in or to have around you. If that is the majority of what you're the majority of what you're focusing on, the reality is you're continuing to attract the things you don't want, the things you don't like, the things that aren't pleasant, the things that aren't in design. Actually, you are attracting the things that are not in alignment with the seed of achievement that's already within you. And so depending on what you're focusing on, the reality is you are attracting. So that's some key things for us. If we're going to live fully alive in the reality of the success we are as sons and daughters, we have to be those that are able to find our focus coming into alignment with the seed of achievement that's already within us, and we begin to set our focus on what we want out of our days, what we want out of our life, what it is we're going after in our life, so that we can see it attracted towards us by the frequency and the vibrations, if you will, the vibes that we're releasing, the mindsets that we're walking in, the atmosphere that we're shaping, literally the environment that we're constructing in our hearts, our minds, in our homes, our relationships, in our businesses, in our community, in our circle of connections and friends. What is the environment? What is the atmosphere that we are setting by the vibe that we are walking in, because of the reality that we are setting what we want, determined by what we're focused on? So here's just a real practical question. I won't have to take a whole lot of time tonight. Thanks again for so many of you hitting thumbs and hearts and likes and shares and comments and all the above. It's awesome. The question that can really help us in this is just three of them. I'll let you sort out and maybe work on. Maybe it's just some homework. A couple weeks ago, I gave you guys some homework, and it was awesome to get messages private messages from many of you that listed out what I gave as some homework to help us work on some of these things. So if you want to go further with me, if you want to take the next step in moving together in this, then I want to give you 3 things to really consider. Number 1 is I want you to take some time with some pen and paper, or perhaps your device and the notes app in there, to write down, to get very clear on what it is you don't want in your life. To get very clear on the things you don't want. What do you not want your mind focused on? What do you not want your mind thinking about? What do you not want in your emotions? What do you not want in your spiritual climate or your spiritual context? What is it that you don't want going on in your finances? What is it that you don't want functioning in the atmosphere of your relationships in your home? What are the things? Get specifically clear. And I invite you, you're welcome to send me a Facebook message or a private message, a messenger, if you like, to just share those, because there's something powerful about communicating and sharing something like that with someone else. It gives a place of somewhat of connectability and a responsibility set in play to look at those things. Then number 2, of course, is to look at and get very clear on what it is you do want in your life. Get very clear on what you want going on in your heart. What do you want happening in your mindsets? What do you want going on with your finances? What do you want going on with your business? What do you want going on in your home, your marriage, your parenting, your relationship? Clear. I'm talking clear, specific. Matter of fact, if you really want to step up and take this challenge, then I want to ask you to consider taking time to list out 25 points on each of those. Come on, do it. I'm doing this myself. I'm working on this as well, because I'm getting clarity on what it is I want to be removed from my life, and clarity on what I want to see attracted into my life. And clarity is the key of finding out, because focus will bring into our lives that which we're focused on. And so 25 points. Can you do it? Can you try? Can you sit down and give the effort? How much do you want it? What difference do you want going on in your life to step into the place where you take some time right after this video tonight, right before you go to bed tonight? Take as much time as you need and begin to bullet point out 25 things you don't want in your life. Clear, specific, not big general ideas, but specific things. 25 points of what you do want in your life. And then number 3, if you're up to it, this might not be able to happen all in one night, because I'm going to bet you're like me, and this might take a bit of work to zero down into and begin to drill down and dig down into what's going on in here, so that we can get past these barriers that is seemingly blocking us, these imaginary barricades that are simply false mindsets and false emotional conditions that we've got to see ourselves go past in healing and health and wholeness of who we already are. And so in that, number 3, if you want to take this on as well, is then to begin to write out what are your limiting beliefs that are keeping you from the things that you know that you need to be walking in, living in, moving in, pursuing, going after, the things that you need to be achieving, because the seed of achievement is already in you. And so the question becomes, what limiting beliefs do you need to release in order for you to move into the achievement that's available for you? The limiting belief many of us might have is the limiting belief that you're not going to be able to achieve more than you're already achieving. Those are the kind of things we need to see released from our thinking, so we live fully alive as the successful sons and daughters that we already are, and bring forth the high level of achievement that you have the power and the capacity to walk in, so that so that Father is revealed in His glory and beauty in all that you put your hands to, and so others are served and benefit, and things things come to a place of improvement and blessing and progress in your life. It's available, and how many limiting beliefs are actually the barrier that's stopping you from moving into that. So if you're getting as serious about this as I am, if you're pursuing the passion to live fully alive in the degree like myself, to be a culture of hope that elevates others, to elevates others' capacity to thrive, then these kind of exercises become highly valuable, highly important, highly necessary. So I want to invite you to step into some of those activities with me. And again, if you want to send a private message listing those out, I would love to walk that out with you. I'd love to partner together as we do this, because I want to see you attract into your life all of the goodness that's flowing from the heart of Father towards you. And you and I have to realize that it's up to us, who are either standing with our arms wide open, with the right mindsets, with the right heart sets, with the right framework of beliefs that can receive of the magnitude of goodness that's trying to flow into our lives, or you and I can simply be the ones who resist and even repel the goodness coming our way because of mindsets, heart sets, and the framework of belief systems that we have that can push that away. Father, in all of his goodness, will not force on you the goodness that he's trying to get to you. That is an amazing scenario, that you are so free, you're free enough to stay bound. That's a crazy deal, isn't it? Your freedom to be free or not to be reveals the magnitude of your freedom. I'm trying to throw everything of my heart and everything of my mindsets wide open in the freedom of all of who I am to receive of everything that's flowing towards me, that I can embrace it, enjoy it, materialize it, and expand it in all of who I am. And I trust that's what you're going after. So I would love to be a part of this journey with you. If you want to continue to engage in this conversation, we can do it through Messenger or your comments below. We are those who are being a culture of hope that will elevate the capacities for others to thrive. But the reality is, guys, the reality is if you and I don't come to another level in our capacity to thrive, we simply are not going to be able to elevate others in their capacity to thrive. So you and I must continue to drill down and get through these barriers that want to restrict us, so that we move and function in the fuller measures of freedom that we already have. And let's quit blaming everything else. Let's quit complaining about all the things not going right. Man, I am talking to myself right now, right? Let's stop downplaying who we are. Let's stop downplaying what it is we've been given to do in life. Let's stop ignoring that seed of achievement that's already within us, and let's step forward into the reality of all of who we are, break the barriers of limiting beliefs, get extremely clear on what it is that we really want in our life, and begin to list out 25 things specifically that you want to have in your life, emotionally, spiritually, relationally, financially. What can you list? 25 things that you want, and 25 things you don't want in your life. Get clear on it, because what you focus on is what you will have more of. I'm just trying to adjust myself so I can live in the fullness of everything that he's got for me. All right, guys, I believe in you. I'm walking this with you. I'm so glad that you would take some time to jump in this. Don't forget, Thursday night, May the 3rd, I'm doing a special Facebook Live with my good friend Arnold Dorsett. He's hosting it. He's invited me to be in there with him at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Jump in there with us. Invite others, because it's going to be a very powerful conversation, maybe even a little controversial. You don't know. You wouldn't expect that from me, right? Anyways, you guys have a good night. We'll see you on Thursday night, and we'll see you next Monday night for an amazing Dealin Hope with my good friend J.P. Sprecher, and we're going to talk about the apocalypse next Monday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and it might not be what you might think it is. All right, we'll talk to you later. Have a good night.